Hello everyone, this is cooking with Matthew. Today we're going to be doing the Irish, actually St. Patrick's Day stew. I've got my little stuff rounded up here, ingredients. So I've now got my mise en place pretty much ready. I've got some of the broth left from this. I actually ended up with 2 quarts of the corned beef broth. Then I ended up having to add 3. I probably won't use that today. I ended up having to use 3 quarts of chicken broth to go with it. So right now I'm gonna put this aside. We're gonna go ahead and start adding this stuff in. Let it be cooking. I've got 1 pound of carrots, 1 small onion, 5 cloves of garlic, and a tablespoon of rosemary. Go ahead and get that in the pot. So I cooked this thing last night. I was going to do this video last night, but so this is a good leftover day after the St. Patrick's Day stew. If you got corned beef left over, I've got 2 cups of potatoes here. We'll drain the water off them. You want to put water in them, or they'll turn brown on you while you're peeling them. So I got 2 cups of potatoes. Let's see if I put that on there. So this thing usually has like a top part and a bottom part. So you want to make sure you get that when you're doing the corned beef. You want to make sure you're cutting it right. So we're going to cut it just into little cubes. We'll go ahead and start adding this stuff in there. I just had a little taste test of it. I got this at Aldi's yesterday. They had it on sale for like $5.50 a pound. I can cut that a little smaller. And we'll go 1 more. Just gonna cut this in little bitty cubes. Or you can shred it if you want to shred it. I mean, I thought about shredding it, but this is gonna be more of like a stew meat. We're just going to chop it. This is 2 pounds, by the way, of, I didn't put that on there, I got to put that on there. This was about a 2 pound piece. It was like a little over 2 pounds, but I nibbled what would probably be the average. So, you know, I don't know, this was the smallest roast I seen up there. That's why I grabbed it, because I knew I was just going to do some stew. It's, you know, it's good and cold here right now. So, good stew will hit the spot for St. Patrick's Day. I don't know what the weather's like tomorrow, but it's already, I got the heat on, and normally I don't have to have the heat on. I ain't had to have it on the past month, so I got that in there. And I'm gonna see, I was gonna add some cabbage. I gotta see if there's any room in the pot yet. I don't want to overcrowd the pot too much. Yeah, we can add a little cabbage. I'm not going to go crazy with the cabbage. But let's see. I done took the outer layer of the cabbage off. I've had that the rabbits a while ago. So when cleaning the cabbage, you want to get this little stem out. Just cut it out like that. It's like a triangle piece. That's just a hard piece you can't do nothing with. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna think a quarter head of cabbage may be enough for this, just to give it a little of the cabbage flavor. So I cut the quarter up like that, then I'm gonna dice this stuff up. Yeah, we're not going to put no crazy amount of cabbage in this. Maybe I can measure this. It may be even better to do this, because every head of cabbage is going to be a different size. What we're gonna call. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a little bit more off there. We'll call this 2.5 cups of diced cabbage. This is heaping over, so it's more than 2.5 cups of cabbage. What we're gonna say that is. Okay, so then we're going to add some little bit of seasoning. I'm going to go with add us 2. This isn't really a smart idea to do it so that you can spill more in there, but that's two teaspoons of black pepper. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of iodized salt. So that's 2 teaspoons. 3. So we'll give this a good stir. We'll bring it over here to show you what we got going on. This is what we got going on here. It's gonna make a nice little stew. Some of the meat should have been cut up a little bit better, probably. Some of it's good. Some of it's that first couple pieces I cut was a little big. But this is gonna. I'm gonna let this go for a little while, and we'll be back. All right, guys, we're back. It literally took about 20 minutes, I guess, to get it where it needs to go. I'm gonna crank it up a little more. So I couldn't find my cornstarch. This way I usually thicken this stuff up with. You can use a roux, whatever you want to use, but I'm doing what my granny Barbara taught me, this little trick. This instant mashed potatoes right here. I'm gonna throw a cup of these in here, and I'm gonna stir it around to see if that's gonna thicken it up or whether I need to add another cup. I'll show you what this is looking like over here now. Smelling good, and I tasted it a while ago. It's tasting good. Crank this up a little bit higher to let it come to a good boil. Okay, I'm gonna add another half a cup to it and call it a day. We're gonna add another. It's gonna add a little flavor to it, so it's probably gonna taste a little different now. It's gonna have more of a potato-y taste to it. These potatoes are ready. I'm gonna go ahead and add another cup. I want it sort of thick. I'm gonna add 1 more cup. So that's gonna be 2 cups of instant potatoes. Potatoes got stuck on that spoon there. That ladle. Yeah, it's looking more like a stew now. I mean, it's thicker, but it's not crazy thick. I guarantee you, it added some color to it, actually. The potatoes don't take long to start thickening, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that down low. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off, and we're gonna have a little taste test of this. I don't know where my good big bowl is. think I used it for the dogs last night. Carrying them some food in it. Yeah, that's looking good. We'll get off that eye. Cut it off, but it's still just boiling. That eye gets crazy hot. I've never seen an eye ever get as hot as that thing does. You have to cook it on low, and it's still sort of boiling if you got it on the big eye. All right, so I'm going to show you what we got here. That's what that thing's looking like. Okay, so I don't know whether that just recorded or not. I'll have to go back and look. I pushed the button when I was moving the camera around. I'm going to go show y'all what this thing looks like again, because I don't know if it recorded or didn't record. That's what that stew looks like. Be careful, a lot more careful with that thing when I'm moving around from now on. I'll get me a spoon. That's nice. That's nice right there. That's a nice little stew on a good cold day like this, snowing outside. Maybe I can. I'm gonna take y'all outside real quick just to show y'all the snow. Let's see. Look at this beautiful snow out here, guys. Surely it's picking it up. I can't see it on the camera, but anyway, it's snowing out here, guys, and it's good and cold, so this soup's going to be good. I'm fixing to give y'all the recipe. Hopefully I got that in some. I don't know. Sorry about the camera mishap. I really need somebody to work this camera for me. This is harder than what you know to try to do all this and run the camera. So I added 2 cups instant potatoes at the end. Okay, so we got 2 quarts of broth from the corned beef. If you had this left over, you didn't save the broth, or if you don't have 2 quarts, it ends up being 5 quarts in total because I added 3 quarts of chicken broth. You can just do 5 quarts of chicken broth if need be. I did 1 small onion, 1 pound of carrots, 2 cups of potatoes, 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary. You can use dry rosemary. 2.5 cups of cabbage. 2 pounds of corned beef cubed. It was already cooked. 2 teaspoons of black pepper. 3 teaspoons of salt, which is 1 tablespoon. And then I end up adding 2 cups of instant potatoes to thicken. That was at the end. Been technical difficulty all day. There was 5 cloves of garlic that I had to add that I didn't. So, sorry about that, guys. It's just been a rough morning. Y'all have a blessed day.